Hello, welcome back to the Villa View. It's time for a match preview for Villa's trip to Old Trafford to play Man U on Sunday. Jaspreet, back in the booth. You've not been in for a while.
Oh my God, you just full named me.
I don't know why I did that.
No, I'm not really sure either.
How are you?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. I'm actually really looking forward to us playing Man U on Sunday, which has been rare over the years.
I was going to say, that doesn't happen very often.
No.
I'm genuinely excited.
Are you confident?
I'm very confident.
Yeah.
And I normally shy away from being confident at these kind of games.
Yeah, you're a bit Dolan, aren't you? Predicting us to lose all the time.
That's you at the moment, I think.
Well, no. I'm pretty sound. I think because we won on Monday.
Yeah, I'm buzzing with that.
I feel better going into Sunday. If we hadn't have won on Monday, obviously then it would have been 4 games without a win.
Yeah.
You start to feel a bit more apprehensive about trips, but with all due respect to Manchester United, they are not the team that they used to be. We'll come on to it. There's been some questions along those lines as well, but it's probably as good a time to play Manchester United over the years as there's ever been.
I was just about to say, I think when you say you're playing Manchester United, I think before you've been a bit like, oh, it's crap, it's one of them games. Whereas now you're like, okay, cool, like, bring it on. Which I think is why especially I think after watching us play, obviously Spurs was a very long time ago, but Arsenal, like, that still stays with me, like how we turned up at Arsenal.
Yeah, but the thing is, we lost.
We did lose.
We lost.
But if you think that, how long ago was that now?
End of September, I think we played Arsenal.
That is still like in my mind, and it's one of those games where I just think we played incredibly against Arsenal.
Yeah, but they're like Man U. They're not what they used to be at all.
Oh, I think at the start of the season they were.
They were a bit better at the start of the season, but I still think we should have gone there and got the win. I mean, Andy.
But how often can you say that you should have gone to Arsenal and you played like we should have won?
Well, I think that says a lot about how Arsenal are and Man U. They are just not.
Do you not think that says more about our team?
No, I think Man U and Arsenal are both miles and miles away from where they should be. I think it's borderline embarrassing for both of them.
I agree, but I still think that we have to take some credit for it.
Yeah, we played well, but I think Andy's raised it, Andy K too, on the questions is that, and I agree with this, obviously from what you're saying, you don't. I think we've gone to the big teams. I think we've paid them too much respect so far. On Wednesday, going to Chelsea, I do think they can be got at, but you've got to be careful because they're lethal going forward. I don't think there's anything particularly scary about this Manchester United side. I think Martial and Rashford are good players, but
especially Martial.
Our midfield, I think our midfield's got more about it than Manchester United.
I would take our midfield over theirs.
Yeah, there's nothing there really that scares me. Pogba, I mean,
I'm glad he's out.
People love him, people hate him. I actually love him.
I love him.
I think he's brilliant. I think he's just playing in a poor side. And when you're playing in a poor side, what are you supposed to do? But Man U, they can be got at, and I think we'll get at them on Sunday. I think hopefully this will be the game where we don't go to one of the bigger teams and we don't pay them too much respect.
But is that because we're so confident now?
We've only won one game, haven't we? But
no, I know, but I feel like we put in a really good performance.
Yeah, we did.
I think everyone's playing. I say everyone. Most of our team are playing really well. Wesley.
I thought he was okay, no more, no less on Monday.
I just think he was very average.
Yeah, you're not having him.
I'm not, and I've been very. I'm not the most patient person at the best of times.
Yeah, that is genuinely true.
But he is testing my. I think we've been very patient with him. There were so many chances, and in the last game, and I was like, you should be taking that.
I mean, he should have buried the one that Connor put across.
Yeah.
Absolutely. He should have buried that. That was a little bit lazy, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. And that's what I'm finding with him. He's very lazy.
No, fair enough.
Sorry. But we don't have another striker. And unless you want to start putting Codger in.
That's not Wesley's fault, though, is it?
No, it's not. But he needs to be doing more. He needs to be more proactive. And everyone has given him the benefit of the doubt. You know, he's new to the league. He's young. And I read on Twitter, he's obviously starting, or he's in the Brazil squad.
He came on, he made his debut.
Yeah. So, I mean, they're seeing something in him, but I just feel like he's not. I don't know. And I am being really harsh.
I mean, I'm
being harsh.
I can say to you it's not quite there at the moment. That's absolutely true, but I think it's a bit hard to blame it all on him because I think Villa have put themselves in that position as well by not signing any competition for him.
Yeah, fair.
You can't play. I don't think you can play to the maximum of your ability if you haven't got competition. I think we've seen it with loads of Villa players over the years that they've not had competition and they've coasted through.
Yeah.
Wesley's got no one breathing down his neck. Also,
Or no one to take the position.
he probably
off him.
shouldn't be playing every week, but we don't have a choice because
Yeah.
there isn't really anyone else to play there. So again, that isn't his fault. But I agree with you, he could be doing better. But you spoke of that Arsenal game. He was good in that game. He scored.
was good,
Hopefully, going to Old Trafford, we'll see the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
Do you think he'll keep the same team?
No.
No, you think there'll be a change?
I do. I think a few people have said that they don't want Hourihane in the team. I think that's bonkers. I think Hourihane has to be in the team.
Yeah, I mean, I think 100% will keep
Yeah.
the same team
I think Nakamba will come in.
for Louise. So I think he'll keep it the same.
Do you?
Yeah, I just think, why would you change it? I know he wanted to be a bit more attacking against Newcastle
Yeah.
on Monday, but it comes down again to paying them too much respect. We went to Man City and we took Connor out and put Louise in. Wolves, we didn't play Connor, we played Louise. I think we probably gave them a little bit too much respect as well.
Wolves?
Wolves, yeah, I think he'll keep it the same because, as I said before, I don't think Man U have got much in that midfield that concerns me, and I think we can get on top of them and cause them problems. What about Engels or Konsa? Because Konsa, I mean, we kept a clean sheet with him in the team.
We did, but I'm a big fan of Engels.
Yeah, we don't know at this moment actually whether he's back or not when,
Yeah, I was gonna say
when
whether
we're
he's fit or
recording.
not. Yeah.
But I think
Who would you take?
it's tight because, like you, I'm a massive fan
Yeah.
of Engels as well. But I think when we've kept a clean sheet with Konsa in the side and he's done nothing wrong, and he was one of the few that was decent against Wolves.
It's hard to take him out.
And Smith knows Konsa, so I think Smith originally would have bought Konsa with the intention of playing him.
Yeah.
It's just that Engels and Mings developed a bit of a partnership.
This is the thing, yeah.
Smith worked with Konsa at Brentford. Greg in my Athletic podcast that thinks the same. He thinks Konsa will stay in, so I'm going to go with that. But it is tight because I really like Engels. Really got a lot of time for him. He seems like a great bloke, and he's been a great defender for us as well. Someone who we didn't really talk about in the podcast, who I just wanted to talk about because, again, I mean, it felt like I'm saying this about everyone, but I absolutely love him. Gilbert.
Oh, what a guy.
He is fantastic.
Well, I was watching him against Newcastle. Incredible.
Slide tackling.
Loved him.
Best slide tackler we've had at right back since
For a while.
since Mark Delaney. Mark Delaney used to time the slide tackle to perfection, and Gilbert's the same.
I was honestly, I was watching him and he was all over him.
He dominates that right hand side, doesn't he, going forward? He's
I was so impressed.
boundless energy as well.
That's what I mean. Like, he was running everywhere. He was up for everything. I just think he's an incredible player, and I'm excited to see him. I'm excited to see him again, especially against a team like United.
Considering he's come from the lower echelons of Ligue 1 as well, to come in and make that jump up to the Premier League straight away and look like you've been playing there for a number of years.
That's the thing.
I think that speaks volumes.
I agree. He's fitted into the team really well. He's kept up as well. And it's interesting that and again, I know it's different positions, and I know you're going to tell me off again, but it's interesting how he's literally clicked in straight away, and Wesley is still adapting.
Yeah, I mean, the French leagues have a higher standard than the Belgian league.
They do, but he played like it was a Champions League team.
That's true. That is true. And to be fair, Nakamba's come from the same team. But although I think he had a difficult few games, and he was taken out.
I agree.
For the Newcastle game.
But I think if you had to average them out, and you'd had to pick someone who's fitted in better and who's done better, who would you pick?
Oh, well, Gilbert. Or what, Nakamba or Wesley?
Yeah.
I don't know, really. But Wesley scored 4 goals in 13, 14 games, whatever it is. It's not terrible. It's not great, but it's not
I
terrible.
was going to say, yeah. One of them was a tap-in.
Yeah, but I mean, most of them are tap-ins, but you have to be in the right place. The Everton one-on-one was very important.
Yeah, true.
In that game, he took that goal well.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. I've seen things from him, and I agree with you. I'd like to see the things that I've seen in the games he's done well. I'd like to see that a lot more, and I'm not seeing it. But I'm saying there's something to work with.
Yeah.
There is something to work with.
The thing you said about having competition is really important.
Yeah.
Not to bring this up again, because people who listen to us a lot know that you're probably going to want to rant about this, but Kevin Friend.
Oh, is he the VAR?
He's the VAR.
I'm past caring, to be honest. I am past caring.
Oh, you weren't saying that a few podcasts ago.
It's not affected us recently, has it? So I'm not on my high horse about it as much as I have been. Well, it's Kevin Friend, isn't he? He's probably made the biggest error of the season in our game. I hope I don't see him reffing a Villa game again, but I'm sure he'll find a way to get involved.
I'm sure he will.
On Sunday, but yeah.
It is what
it is.
Be fuming.
No, it's
I saw it, and I saw like Villa fans are fuming at who's reffing. I was like, oh, I'm not gonna lie, completely forgot about it. And I saw him, I was like, oh, Kevin Friend, who is not our friend.
he was not our friend earlier on.
He was not.
At Crystal Palace. Just talk about Connor a little bit more, because he came in, got an assist, got a goal on Monday night.
What a man.
He's going to be buzzing with confidence, isn't he, going into this game? He's actually a Man U fan, I believe, as well. So this is going to be a big day.
Oh, I didn't know that.
This is going to be a big day for him playing at Old Trafford, because he hasn't really started except for Spurs on the first day.
Yeah.
He's been on the periphery in the big games.
He's not started big games.
So this will be a big moment. He only has to keep his place. I know we spoke about it a little bit, but he has to keep his place.
I think if he doesn't, I think you're messing with the dynamic of the team.
We're a better team with him in it.
We are 100%, and I think if you take him out, you're also messing with that winning mentality, and I think that is really important.
Yeah.
Like that confidence. Like I said, he'll be oozing with confidence, and I think he'll carry the team really well.
Absolutely. He was a bit of a leader on Monday
Yeah,
as well.
he
He seemed very, very vocal compared to normal.
Which I like
to see. Got a good question here from Guy Poxon. Comparing the Aston Villa and Man United teams of the season before our relegation season and both teams this season, how has the gap in quality changed? I mean, I barely even want to talk about Jolly and Lescott saying it was a weight off his shoulders when we got relegated at Old Trafford, because we got relegated there last time we were playing there. Obviously, one of the worst teams, not just in Villa history, in Premier League history, and maybe even football history. One of the worst teams you've ever seen. But in those days,
we lost 1-0.
I think it might have been tight. I can't even remember what the score was, to be honest. I think Rooney probably scored. Rooney always used to score.
Yeah, we did.
Against us, but we lost. Man U at that point were still a Champions League team.
Yeah.
Nowadays, they're nowhere near it.
No.
They are not. They won't get top four this season.
Did you watch the Sheffield United game?
I haven't seen it. I've been really busy this week, so I haven't had time to catch up with it. But they chucked it away by all accounts. But I think in other ways they were lucky.
Yeah, it was a really weird one, because I watched, I think, most of the game, and the thing with United still is they do have a lot of quality, and if you switch off, as Sheffield United done, if you switch off, they will make you pay. But I think they lost in the Europa League.
I find that irrelevant.
I do, but I just think having that loss still plays on you. You lost your last match.
I'm pretty sure nobody that played in that game will play. Nobody.
I know
Lingard might be on the bench.
Yeah.
But I think Transabi played Lingard. But it's literally a team of kids. I don't think it has an impact at all.
I agree. I just think we were talking about. I think I spoke about this about the Wolves game after the Cup game, and I just think it plays on your mind. Like if we'd lost against Newcastle, that plays on your mind. Just the fact that you didn't win, and especially after what happened at Sheffield.
I don't see it, but it's your opinion. I just don't see it. I just think it was a bit. We were talking a bit earlier off camera, weren't we? When Villa made all those changes in the Europa League, when O'Neill was there, when we were gunning for Champions League football, and we didn't get it, but it completely disrupted our momentum. To be fair, at that point, but it's at different stages of the season.
Yeah.
Man U aren't doing great anyway. I think irrelevant of the Europa League. I think it's a great time to play them.
I agree.
Anyway, although you made a good point earlier. I think the last league home game they beat Brighton quite comfortably.
Yeah, they did.
Whereas we struggled with Brighton at home.
Yeah, they played really well against Brighton. I think that's probably, I think United fans will say, like the best home performance.
Yeah, they're very up and down.
They are very up and down. It depends what United side turns up.
I mean, over the years, no matter what's been going on, it doesn't matter what United team comes up against us, we seem to find a way to get beaten by them. I mean, Old Trafford, we've won once in the Premier League era.
Ever?
2009, I think it was. Gabby scored a header. I think that's the only time we've beat them in the Premier League era, which is an unbelievably bad record.
That is a bad record.
There can't be many records in Premier League history that are worse than that. There's a good question here, actually, from... completely lost it. George Fowler. Will we be able to cope with United's threat from wide areas? We really struggled at Wolves with theirs, and I think that's a good question.
That is a very good point.
As much as I'm bigging Gilbert up, Wolves did get at us in wide areas, but I think that was more to do with the formation they played, the three at the back, and then they had a wing back and a winger, and I think they were just doubling up on us and getting the overload, and they were causing us a lot of problems.
They were.
Man U played a different system. Rashford will play wide, and Dan James probably.
Yeah, do you know what? I do like Dan James.
They're quick.
They are
I
very
like Rashford.
quick. Yeah.
The one thing I will say for Dan James is he's very young, and from what I've seen of Man U, he's been good, he's been lively,
he has.
He's got a tendency to disappear in games a little bit, but that happens with young players, and it's a big step up for him, like we were talking about earlier with other people.
But also, he showed up when he needs to.
I think he scored some important goals for them so far this season. But they suffer a bit with the stuff I was saying for Wesley. They haven't really got any competition for that front three. The front three is the front three.
Yeah, but they're a very strong front three.
Oh yeah, big time. Their rapid pace is a problem. But Target's not the quickest on the left-hand side, but Gilbert's quick. I don't think they'll cause him too many problems. I think that's maybe another case for playing Konsa, because him and Mings are both quite athletic.
Yeah, they are. That's a good shout.
Konsa's more athletic than Engels. I think if Konsa gets taken into a wide area, I think he's more comfortable.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably a reason why Konsa will play.
Yeah.
To be fair, so let's finish up with some predictions. Give me your prediction.
I'm going for a 2-1 win.
To Villa, 2-1.
Villa 2-1.
It's big.
Very big.
We take it. I'm going to go 2-2. I think we'll play really well.
Yeah.
But over the years, I'm so used to Man U. We could go 2-0 up and Man U find their way back to 2-2. I feel like we've been 2-0 up against them a number of times in life.
Yeah.
As well, and not beating them. The only good thing is that they can't bring Makeda on. Because I tell you what, that guy only ever scored against Villa. I think it's the only thing he's ever done in his career. Scored twice against Villa and never saw him again.
That stat.
He possibly played for Blues for a bit, if my memory serves me correctly as well. But yeah, thanks ever so much for being back in the booth.
Thanks for having me.
With me. Thanks ever so much for watching. There has been a few other videos out. I think the podcast. I can't talk either. The podcast is probably still quite relevant. We went down to Purity Brewery and did a podcast there on Tuesday. So obviously mainly chatting about the Newcastle game, but we also interviewed their CEO and talked about their plans with their relationship for Villa. So check that out if you haven't done already. I also myself did a podcast for The Athletic. That's a new thing for me. So Villa View subscribers could check that out as well. That would really mean a lot to me, and it would boost The Athletic podcast. And let me know what you think of it as well in my social media. Have you got anything you've been doing that you want to advertise? You've been working all night.
I have been working all night, and I'm still here. I'm still here before you.
Yeah, you'll be going to bed now anyway, whereas I've got a day of work ahead of me. Thanks ever so much for watching the video. Do all that usual jazz of liking, subscribing, and commenting. Up the Villa. If you enjoyed that video, why not watch another? Click the video choices on screen now to go and watch them in full. Be sure to subscribe to the channel by clicking our logo there on the left. Easy peasy.